Welcome to Year 8 Statistics, Lesson 4, Measuring the Center and Spread of Data. In this lesson, we're going to have a look at 4 different statistical diagnostics, those being the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to give a verbal definition of what the mean, median, mode, and range are. You should be able to calculate the mean of a data set. You should be able to identify the median and the mode of a data set. And finally, you should be able to calculate the range of a data set. Now, first question is, what is the mean? Now, the mean itself is a statistical diagnostic for indicating the center of a data set. The mean itself is calculated by summing all of the data points within a data set together and then dividing by the number of data points are in said data set. Okay, now let's have a look at an example. So what you're going to do is go to a new page. So go to a fresh new page, and that's where we'll do this example here. So question 1, the number of teams won by a football team over 9 seasons is T equals 5, 7, 3, 6, 5, 9, 8, 7, 5, or 7, 5. So 9 seasons, and it's telling us during those seasons how many games did they actually win. So what you can see is that in the 3rd season they weren't too successful because they only won 3. And then in the 4th, 5th, 6th season, that was their most successful, they won 9. Now, part A, it's asking us to calculate the mean. So the way in which we're going to do this is, for part A, when we're calculating the mean, we use this terminology here of X bar. So it's a little X with a bar on top. And what we're going to do is, we're going to grab all of these numbers. So we're going to go 5 plus 7 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 and plus 5. I'm going to grab a ruler and I'm going to draw a line underneath it. Now that that's done, I need to count how many data points there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to divide all of that by 9. Now, next step, this is where we do the calculations. You're going to get your calculator out and you're going to input the numbers. So we're going to go 5 plus 7 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5. So 5, 7, 3, 6, 5, 9, 8, 7, 5. Then I'm going to hit equals and it will tell me the total is 55. So I'm going to go to a new line and write 55 divided by 9. Now, it's really important that you show all of your calculations or all your working out for these calculations, because if you make a mistake in statistics, especially at a year 8 level, then you're going to lose all of your marks. And it's really easy to make mistakes when you're adding lots of numbers like this together. So always a good idea to show all of your working out. Now, next step is we're going to go 55 divided by 9, and that's going to give us 6.11. Now, there's 2 ways we can represent this. We can leave it as this form here, or we can leave it as a fraction. So as a fraction, we can't simplify that. So we can write, therefore, x bar is 55 over 9, or we can write it as x bar equals 6.1 recurring. And that right there is a calculation of how we do the mean. Now, let's go back to our first page, because our next step is to find the median. But we need to ask ourselves, what even is the median? Now, the median itself, it's not something we calculate, but rather it's a number that it's a data point that we identify. So the median itself is the middle data point within a data set. Now, consider if we have a data set with a even number of data points. What that means is that we're not going to necessarily get a single middle data point, but rather we're going to get two middle data points, in which case, to find the median from this, what we need to do is take the average of the two middle data points. Okay, so let's have a look at the example. When we're looking at the number of teams won by a football team over 9 seasons, we're trying to find the median now. So we'll go median. And the median itself, we're going to go 5, 7, 3, 6, 5, 9, 8, 7, 5. So the problem here is that firstly, all of these are out of order. So what I'm going to firstly do is I'll get rid of that. And we need to order our data set, either ascending or descending. It doesn't really matter, so long as it's in order. So the smallest one we have is 3. Then we're going to go no 4s, then 1, 2, 3 5s, then 1 6, 2 7s, an 8, and a 9. Okay. Now we have to go one by one and start ticking the numbers off. So 3 and 9 are gone, 5 and 8 are gone, 5 and 7 are gone, then 5 and 6 are gone. So therefore, our middle data point is the 6 here. So therefore, our median is equal to 6 because that's our middle data point. So not too complicated. Now C, find the mode. Now the mode itself. The mode in a data set is the most common occurring data point. So by that definition, when we look at our data set over here, we ask ourselves what's the most common occurring point. Now, you could work it from here, but that's not very intuitive. So rather, let's have a look at the ordered list. So which number appears the most often? So there's 1 3, 5 3s, or 3 5s, 1 6, 2 7s, 1 8, and 1 9. So in this case, the most common occurring are the 5s. So therefore, we identify our mode to be the 5s. So nothing too complicated there. Alright, let's have a look at another question. So same idea, but different data set. The number of bedrooms in the houses on the street are listed as 2 3 1 3 2 2 4 3 2 2 5 1 2 1 3 1. Part A, calculate the mean. So calculating the mean, we go x bar is equal to the sum of all of these divided by how many there are. So 2 plus 3. I'm going to use a ruler to make sure my work is nice and neat. Then how many are there? 16. Okay. Now I need to get the calculator and I'm going to sum all of the numbers here. 2 plus 3 plus 1. And that's going to come out to be 36. Now all of that is still over 16. And 36 over 16, I know that's going to come out to be 2. So in this case, our mean is going to be equal to 2. So that's our center of data. Now part B, find the median. So with this, we need our data to be ordered either ascending or descending. So B equals, then I'll put in the data. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Okay, so what I've gone and done is I've put all of the numbers in a single box just so it's easier to pick out the center. Now what we're going to do is we'll go through and tick them all off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lo and behold, we've actually got two numbers that are at the center. So there's an even number of data points within this data set. So to calculate the median, what we need to do is we have to get both of these and we go 2 plus 2 all divided by 2. So the average of these 2 points, that's going to become 4 over 2, and therefore our median is equal to 2 as well. So notice that our median and mean are the same number. Alright, now final part, find the mode. So the mode being the most common occurring number. Looking at our data set here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 twos. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, 1, 4, and 1, 5. So the most common occurring guys here are there's 4, 6, 4. So it's going to be this 6 here. So our mode is equal to 2 as well. So we've got a mean equal to 2, a median equal to 2, and our mode is equal to 2. So nothing to it. Alright, now the next statistic that we're looking to, or diagnostic we're looking at, was going to be the range. Now the range itself, it's made up of two different things. So the range tells us the spread of data. By spread, I mean the span of the data. The range itself, it's calculated by first finding the maximum, or the largest data point, and then finding the smallest data point and finding the difference of the two. Okay, now looking at a question for that, we'll go back to question 1. So the number of teams won by a football team over 9 seasons, and we've got T equals 5, 7, 3, 6, 5, 9, 8, 7, 5. So first step is we need to find the minimum and the maximum data points. So the min is going to be so 5, 7, 3, 6, 5, 9, 8, 7, 5. The minimum are these 3s, so put a 3 there, and the maximum is going to be the largest one. So the largest data in here is 9. Now to calculate the range, we're going to do the maximum minus the minimum, and therefore that's going to be 9 take 3, and we know 9 take 3 is equal to 6. So therefore our range is equal to 6. Now next question, a bedroom question, find the minimum and maximum, then find the range. Well, for this one we'll order it. By ordering it, I mean we'll go over here and we'll take the calculation from before. Cool. And therefore our minimum is this one over here, and the maximum is going to be the biggest data set, or biggest number in the data there. So for A, our min is going to equal 1, and our max is going to equal 5. So therefore our range in this case is going to equal the max take the min, and therefore that's 5 take 1, which is equal to 4. So finishing off with some nice easy calculations. So in summary, what we'd set out to do in this lesson was to learn how to calculate the mean, identify the mean or median and mode, and then finally calculate the range. For success in this lesson, by now you should be able to define in your own words what the mean, median, mode, and range are. It doesn't have to be as comprehensive as these, it just has to be a rough understanding of what's going on with these. Secondly, you should be able to calculate the mean of a data set. You should be able to identify the median and the mode of a data set. And finally, you should be able to calculate the range of a data set.